Whistle! Oh boy, what's going on with the water? Oh no. How did that run dry so fast? That's not good. This thing could have exploded. It could still explode any second now. Oh no. There's no water in the boiler! Oh, it's gonna blow up! Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Derail Valley Simulator VR mode. Now I haven't played VR mode for a long time in Derail Valley. I do have a few videos on my channel from before which you may have seen, but aside from that I'll be mostly playing in the old normal first person mode with the keyboard and the mouse and just the normal monitor. So this is a little bit of a different experience today, and hopefully you all enjoy this as well. It is a little bit different, as you can see, and you probably can't really tell too much, but I can definitely see a difference. The first thing you'll notice is I've got these wonderful gloved hands in VR mode, which I'm basically just literally holding up using my VR controllers, which are attached to my hands. So I'm standing in my study right now and just walking around and having a good look at this awesome steam engine here, and just the level of interactivity as well. You can have a look at some of these bits and pieces around here, the brake hose and whatnot. I've got the coupler here as well, which you can interact with. So yes, the amount of interactivity is quite different and on a different level in VR mode for sure. So I thought let's take this little steam shunter today in Derail Valley Simulator and go for a little run down the tracks. What I'll do is I'll just get this map up here. I'll walk out into the sun a little bit. It's early morning, around 7:30 odd. So yeah, the farm animals are clearly out in force, as you can hear there. And I'll try and just point to where we're going here without sticking my finger right through the map there. We're at Food Factory, so we're going to come all the way down to City Southwest from there. So Food Factory up here, I'll try and point the best as I can using my VR fingers. There's a bit of a hill coming out of this place, which I'll be dealing with, so we've got to get the steam pressure up for that one. And then we'll be basically making our way down here towards City Southwest in the southwesterly direction. Okay, so we'll be doing that today. Whoops, just dropped the map. Just put that back in our inventory. Now we need to get this thing all set up and fired up as well. There's literally no steam pressure in this thing as well. So what I'll be doing in just a moment is hopping up there. There's two little red handles up there. You've got the air pump and you've got the generator, the electrical generator. So we'll need to get those items working. But before we do that, we'll just go on and I'll try not to walk like a drunk person here. Just got to make sure these handbrakes are off on all of these wagons. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So we just need to make our way towards the rear of the train. We've actually got five passenger cars on the train today. So we're pulling a decent amount of weight. Nothing too crazy, but certainly something to load up the old steam locomotive with. I'm just making my way all the way down to the end of the train here, because normally it's either the handbrake on the very beginning carriage or the very end carriage in this game that's either on or off, or engaged I should say. So it's most likely this one right here, which, yep, this handbrake is on. So that's why I had to do that walk of shame just now, all the way to the back of the train. Alright, that handbrake is off, and I've just realized I never quite kind of realized how loud those farm animals are in Derail Valley, and you can really hear it, can't you? So it's early morning right now, and never mind what oh, never mind. I was just trying to teleport to speed this thing up a little bit, because it's a little bit wonky walking between these carriages like this in VR mode, as you could imagine. Right, anyway, we'll make our way back towards the old steam locomotive here. I just want to kind of come down here and just show the amount of, like, it's hard for you all to probably realize and see this as well, but just the amount of these wheels looks absolutely massive to me. Okay, I'm quite literally kneeling down right now, and these things just look huge. It really gives you that realistic kind of experience, just being enveloped in VR mode. You really have to try it one day if you haven't already kind of tried it out. That handbrake's off. Very good. Okay. All right then. Come on. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Now there's two doors on this locomotive, and you can see there that I've just kind of awkwardly opened that one halfway and just left it there. I'm not gonna hop in from that side. What I want to do is let's let's get the torch out, okay? And what we can do is we can just use the torch here, and we can check the old lubricator. This is the lubricator, okay? So this controls, well, this shows you how much oil is available to supply to your cylinders for the locomotive, and you don't want to run them dry, believe me. It would be a bad day indeed. So yep, that looks like they're actually full of oil, okay? It's kind of hard to see even with the flashlight, but I think yeah, I think that's full. All right, we need to obviously turn on this lubricator, otherwise it's not going to do anything either. That's a very important step, that one. So I've just done that now. Lubricator's on. It can leak oil if you leave it on for too long as well. So they always say, turn it off when you park the locomotive. Just going to come in here and just check. I just can't get over how many farm animals there are around here right now. Okay, that's good. Yep. All right, very good. We've got lots of water in the old tanks here. Now these are what I was pointing at before, so we just need to turn the air pump, which is that one there, and this one right here was the steam generator, okay? So that, well, electrical generator that runs off steam pressure. So once you've started the fire and there's enough pressure in the boiler for steam, that will actually spin that turbine and generate the electrical current for the headlights and the interior lights and whatnot. Right, we're back down on the ground now. Let's, now that we've hopped down, let's open this door like this. Just, oh, okay. It feels like I'm in some sort of animal farm here. Okay. Oh, I thought to myself as I was designing this scenario, I thought, let's make this early morning so that we've got heaps of sunlight. I didn't realize that we'd have every rooster and cow out there pretty much just anyway, we don't have access to the expert shovel today, unfortunately, so I've just got this regular shovel. So the regular shovel kind of just plonks in a huge amount of coal every time, so it's a little bit less finesse, I guess, from that point of view. Maybe I'll see if I can get the expert shovel next time so that everything can kind of go a little bit more precisely. I'll be shoveling a lot more with the expert shovel because it only puts in little drips and drabs of coal each time. Right, so what I'm doing here, let's get this lighter going. You kind of have to flick it to open it in VR mode, and there you go. Get the just get this nice, lovely old lighter and just chuck it into the coal there and just destroy it, I guess. But we just want to get this fire moving, don't we? Now, when the fire, you can hear in the background there, the air pump has started up because now that the fire is going, the steam pressure is building. And that's enough for the air pump to actually start making its way or building its air pressure. And the air pump is building brake pressure in the main reservoir. So that's what's happening there. I'll check the main reservoir gauge in just a second. Let's just try and... Actually, how did this lighter end up down here? I'm not sure. I thought I threw it into the firebox. But anyway, we'll try and put this out. Yep, there we go. And we'll just put that back in our inventory. Okay, there's a few things to kind of look at here before we can get this thing moving. We'll just go ahead and check out the brakes. So you can see here the air pump has stopped pumping pretty much. It's just slowing down. You can hear that because the main reservoir is now full. So that was empty just now. So the brakes, we should now have brake pressure, and we can hear that we certainly do have brake pressure. So yeah, on the brake gauge there, we can see that that there's going to be some movement going on. So that's the release position there, and that seems to be working okay. All right, so the brakes are working. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and just push this reverser all the way forward. This is for the valve gear, obviously, which you may already realize it's quite bright actually this morning. Let's get that little light bulb going now that the generator is whirring away as well. You can kind of hear that whirring noise in the background. That's the generator, okay, because we've got steam pressure now. We've got heaps of water in the boiler, so that's fine. We've got to make sure we keep an eye on that boiler water level, make sure that it's not too low, and obviously well, also not too high as well. If the boiler is too full of water, it's not a good thing either. But yes, if it's not full enough, whistle. Because we're about to leave. So yeah, if the boiler is, if you run the boiler dry, this thing will blow up like a huge bomb. Okay, so that's something you don't want to kind of do. Let's open this open this door. Okay, all right, very good. I'm really having a ball in VR. If you can't already tell, it's just. Okay, alright, open the cylinder drains because we're going to be moving off shortly. And you can see there the steam pressure is about 12 bar. Okay, so 12 bar is perfect. They got a heap of power there when the steam pressure in the boiler is at 12 bar. You want to keep it somewhere between 9 and 12. You don't want it to be less than 9 because then the power will drop off. And if it gets too far past 12, that means you're burning too much, your fire's too hot, okay? And yeah, there's your fire temperature gauge as well, just above there. You can see there that I'm running a bit of a cool fire at the moment, and now can adjust that by using the damper. So it really just, it depends on how much throttle and your power requirements are. So as you're driving along, if you've got lots of throttle on, you're going to need to open the dampers a little bit. Oops, what's going on there? Not sure. Let's just put a little bit more coal in here. So yeah, the damper, you'll see me manipulating that as we drive, because sometimes you need more steam, sometimes you need less. Whistle. Okay, I think we're ready to move off. Okay. So just giving it a little bit of throttle now. I just open the throttle slightly. And we can see we've got a bit of steam. Just open it a bit more. Why are we not moving? What on earth is going on? Oh, yep. Handbrake's on. That'll do it. Okay. Didn't tell I've done this before. Okay, so we should be moving now very slowly. And start to hear the first few truffs. Okay. There's a lot of steam exiting the cylinders because I've got those drains open, or the cylinder cocks as they're also referred to as. It's important to do this when the locomotive has not been moving for a while, because moisture builds up in the cylinders, and you don't want to, yeah, if you don't release that moisture, you'll pop the cylinders open, and that's not good. Okay, so just come back on the reverser a little bit there. Okay, we're just making our way out of the yard here, and we'll just keep an eye on the points up ahead. I think I've got a feeling they might not be set correctly, so we'll probably be running through these points actually. But it's not a huge issue, I think. Yep, we just ran through those points as you probably heard. Okay, I'm taking it easy now. I'm not going to try and set any speed records here today. I haven't played in VR for a very long time, so you kind of have to bear with me here, just trying to find my bearings. And I know it does look like I'm drunk, but I'm just doing my best here, just trying to let's get these headlights going. Okay, we've got quite a bit of water, but I'm just gonna open the water taps a little bit just to bring the water up to about 3/4 mark. Is good there. You don't want the water to be too low or too high, like I was saying before. 1/4 is probably the minimum. If you can't see any water on that gauge, then you're in big trouble indeed. Okay, so you got to start pumping that water in ASAP if that's the case, because yeah, if you run this thing dry and you've got a fire going, you'll blow it up like a bomb. So, and then you'll have no more steam engine. Okay, no more dilly-dallying about now. There's a hill coming up ahead of us, and it's a rather sharp kind of, see that little sign just going past there? It's a 2.1% grade. So when you see those little yellow signs, you know that there's a hill. So full throttle, because we need as much power as we can get. Yep, okay, we've just started going up the hill now. The loco just went up the hill. We've got a bit of coal still, so let's pull this damper all the way up to get the maximum amount of temperature in the firebox. And you can already hear the engine struggling. It's starting to slow down. You can hear the change in rhythm there. Oh, okay, don't stall, don't stall. I got the throttle open full right now. Let's add a bit more coal, otherwise we're going to be in trouble here. We need all the power we can get right now out of this little engine. So it's no joke. You can see there the smoke's gone a little bit grey, which is good. Okay. So that means that the fire is burning quite efficiently. I'm just going to pull back to about half throttle here though, because we probably don't need that much more throttle for the moment. We're doing a healthy 20 kilometers an hour, so we'll just keep the pace up. You can see there the smoke is mostly grey, a little bit darker now since we reduced the throttle, because the draft is reduced since we reduced the throttle as well. Less airflow going through the firebox. You can see there's a 60 kilometer an hour limit coming up. Okay, so we've got a healthy buffer there for the speed. We're doing 20, so we'll keep the speed going. Let's open the throttle. And almost forgot to stop pumping this water in. You can see there that we almost overfilled it. So just turn off that water valve there. Reduce the damper a bit because the steam pressure is up at 12 bar now. We don't want it to go past 12 bar. There is a steam safety valve that will go off if we do go past 12 or so bar. But you don't want to sit on the steam safety valve all day long. It's not a very good experience indeed for the passengers to just have that constantly just releasing excess pressure like that. Not a good way to run. A good engineer runs his engine at a healthy pressure, not too much pressure and not too low of a pressure either. So okay, let's see if we can get the speed up a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this map down here on this ledge, okay, because that'll be handy for us to see. Now, I don't have the GPS marker active on this map, so I'm just going to have to point to you where I think we are at the moment. But we've only just left Food Factory, which is FF, towards the top middle of the map there. Okay, so FF, we've just left that, and we're just kind of in that region. I'm trying to point, but I can't make that pointy finger with this game, unfortunately, even if I press the correct button on the controller, so it's a bit of a shame, but anyway, got about 3/4 power going on right now, and what I want to also do is just get this handy little device here. This is the comms radio, and I'm just going to put this over here. The comms radio will allow, there's more of a hill coming up there according to that sign. Coal's looking a little bit low as well, so let's get a bit more coal in. I must say, if I had the expert shovel right now, I'd be doing a whole lot more shoveling, that's for sure. Okay, let's get a little bit more heat going, a little bit more power going as well. Because I don't want to stall this engine. We've got 5 carriages behind us after all. I want to try and keep a healthy speed going. The valley. There's a bit of fog this morning, but no rain, thankfully. Looks like some sparks coming out the chimney there as well. Whistle! I'm really enjoying VR mode, I must say. I haven't played VR mode for a long time, as I mentioned in this game, so to experience VR mode once again, I think it's definitely something different. Okay, our steam pressure is dropping a little bit. Looks like we've got that junction coming up, so the comms radio is going to allow us to change our points and change our direction without having to stop the engine and manually throwing the points like that. So we'll have to have a look out. That junction's coming up shortly. You just chuck a bit more coal in there. Got to find a better place for this shovel. I'm just going to go ahead and lean it here if I can, so I don't have to lean down so much to pick it up. Okay, there's the junction. Quick, quick, quick. Got to change those points because they're pointed in the wrong direction. There we go. They've just been changed over. You've got to aim the little pointer at the sign there to remotely change those points. And we're going off to the left-hand side, which is the way we want to go. Whistle! Oh, we're picking up some speed as well. Let's close these doors. It's no good to run through the tunnel with the doors open. Oh boy, what's going on with the water? Oh no. How did that run dry so fast? That's not good. This thing could have exploded. It could still explode any second now. Oh no. There's no water in the boiler. Oh, it's gonna blow up. Oh, phew, there it is. There's the water. Oh, that was too close for comfort. This thing will blow up if you run the water dry, believe me. So we got very close there. We were probably seconds away from doom, and I managed to catch that. So always watch your water gauge when you're running a steam engine, because the one thing these things cannot do without is water, okay? If you run out of fire and if you stall the engine, who cares? But if you don't have water in there, God help you. Okay, so it looks like our steam pressure's coming down below 9 bar right now. I'm gonna have to fix that, and the temperature in the firebox is dropping down a bit too. So let's get these doors open. Let's get off the throttle here because I'm a little bit worried about the speed we're pulling right now. Let's just arrest this speed a little bit first. I know we got some sections coming up shortly that's going to be around the 40k an hour mark, so you just want to be within a safe buffer zone. Don't want to derail this thing. Just keep an eye on the track. It's got all of our carriages still attached, that's always good. There's the valley, the old valley. Okay, I can hear this thing picking up speed again, so I'm gonna have to... Let's get off this throttle. Just reduce the amount of water being pumped in here. Okay, we've got a nice, mostly straight, slight curved set of track ahead of us. I'm just mindful of the speed though. Okay, gotta do something about this coal situation. Let's try and put at least another load of coal in here. Fire's looking a bit dead. That's better. Yeah, steam pressure's come right down to 6 bar here, so we don't really have much power. Let's pull the damper up, open the dampers up a bit, get a bit more airflow, get the fire to be a bit hotter here. Because if we encounter any hills with only 6 bar worth of steam pressure, we're really not going to have much power to pull this train. I'm just adjusting the brake up here. I'm just going to apply a bit of brakes. Oh, yep, okay, alright. Bit of a curve there. It's a good thing I put the brake on when I did. Alright, let's release the brakes again. Add a bit more throttle now. About half throttle there. Keep the damper open. Doing well. Yeah, we need to bring that steam pressure up. It's still a little bit too low for my liking. We're just over 6 bar, so that's not good. We'll try and bring it to around between 9 and 12. This must be a downhill section because the train really just wants to speed up on its own right now. So really, I don't really care that the steam pressure is a bit low right now because we don't really need the power anyway. Alright, so where are we at? We're somewhere in this region here. We're going to be coming down towards City Southwest, like I mentioned before. Alright, let's put the brakes on again. That red needle there, when that's anything above 0, that means the brakes are being applied. So I've put on about 2 bar, 1 bar worth of braking there, and just come off the brakes again. I might have to get back onto the brakes again shortly actually, because every time I come off, I can just hear this thing speeding up. And we do have half throttle on actually, so we should probably just idle the throttle, just bottom the throttle out completely. Let's just do that. Because we're speeding up too much. We're at 40k an hour now, and I know that doesn't sound fast, but for this little shunter, it's rated, well, the speedometer stops at 60, so that'll give you an idea as to how fast we should be going. Always better to be safe than sorry speed-wise. You can always pick up speed, but if you're going too fast and you derail, well, that's the end of your day, isn't it? Just chuffing along. Just wander out here to this side of the cab and have a little bit of a look-see out the window. looking out for any speed signs. Looks like just a mostly slight curve track section there. Let's just add a bit more coal. Okay, we shouldn't have to touch the coal now for a little bit longer. Okay, let's get the brakes on because this thing is still speeding up. Just 1 bar of braking, so a very slight application of brakes here. Just to stop this thing from increasing any more speed. 1 bar of braking, just below 1 bar of brakes. Everything's looking okay. Yep, 80 km/h speed limit, so let's just reduce the brakes completely. I mean, release the brakes. Add a bit of power now because we've got an 80 km/h speed limit. We'll reduce the damper a bit. And we're picking up speed very easily, so I'm going to come off the throttle again. Okay, 70 and reducing, so we're at 50 now. We might want to start slowing down. Smoke's looking okay, slightly dark, but mostly grey, I guess. Just having a look at that smoke color there. Always good to try and burn efficiently if you can, otherwise you're just throwing coal out the window, really. Massaging these brakes on and off, trying to keep this thing under control because it really seems to be wanting to pick up speed. This is definitely a downhill section of the track, and we do have 5 carriages behind us, so what are they, about 12 tons, something like that each, whatever it is. There's a good 30 odd, 40 odd ton behind us, so it's pushing us down this hill. Might need the brakes again. Alright, just applied a little bit of brake and just holding it at around 1 bar, so the pads are just very gently pushing up against the wheels there, just keeping the speed in check. No need for power right now. It's all momentum, all downhill momentum. Okay, steam pressure has recovered, so that's good. It's amazing what having very little power on will do to the steam pressure. Will cause it to just increase. I've just opened the cylinder drains there because we haven't had throttle going for a while. I just want to clear any moisture out from the cylinders. So that's what all that steam is coming out. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Add a bit more power here. We got 9 bar of steam pressure, so good enough reserve of steam pressure to get this thing putting on some more power. I always prefer shoveling from the right hand side here like this. Doing 50. Just a bit too fast for my liking. I've put on close to 3 bar worth of braking here because I just want to bring this speed down. It's a bit too fast once again. That's better. Okay, off the brakes. Coming down this hill, really gotta make the brakes work, unfortunately. Okay, I estimate we'll be coming up to that little junction there where I'm pointing at right now. Okay, And after that, it's just another downhill run towards City Southwest. So we're mostly out of the woods here, folks. It's just going to be level and downhill runs in front of us. So, okay, actually, there's the aqueduct, the viaduct in front of us, the bridge. So we've come down from here, food factory in town, all the way down, and we're basically right here right now. And then we've got the junction and then one last little leg. So about 2/3 of the way through the journey right now. Whistle! Okay, and the speed's come down a bit, so let's add a bit more power. Got the drains open. Make sure the brakes are off. Add a bit more power. Add a bit more valve gear because I want a bit more acceleration now. Just trying to look down here at the valve gear and the... whoa, there's a sign. Chuffing away on this beautiful day, polluting the air. How nice. I shouldn't need too much more coal now because this section here is going to be another set of downhill coming up as well. So just maintaining the fire a little bit here. We probably don't even need that much damper, but anyway. We have got a bit of power on right now. We're still over this bridge, so... Okay, so we just passed the bridge. And we are coming up to this junction now. We'll just keep the power on. Add a little bit more water because the water's coming down. The thing as well is when you run downhill, all the water goes to the front of the boiler and there's a risk of uncovering the firebox, which is not good. You want to keep that firebox with a healthy ceiling of water above it, kind of thing. So, alright, we've run through those points, but that's fine. Yeah, you can see there, we're really going downhill because the water level's just gone down quite sharply there. So all the water's at the front of the boiler. Okay, and we're picking up speed like a wild banshee once again, so let's just come off the throttle, reduce the damper. We don't need the damper, we don't need excess fire. Steam pressure is sub 9, just below 9 bar, that's fine. I think it's going to be a nice easy run here, from here on into City Southwest. Let's just add another maintenance load of coal into the firebox. We'll make that 2, please. Right. Might not need to touch. Wow, that's 100k an hour limit that we just passed. So we are doing at least 60 right now, according to the speedometer. And we're down here in this little section. Okay. We'll be coming up to City Southwest very shortly, before you know it. So we've got to be ready on this brake because we don't want to just come barreling into town. The needle's not moving anymore. It's gone way past 60. So that's interesting. I don't know how fast we're going right now, but we're doing at least 60. Okay, shortly I'm going to have to start putting the brakes on because we can't have this just barreling through into town. Always good to slow the thing down ahead of time. Put on about 2 bar worth of braking pressure there. So a moderate amount of braking pressure, about 50-60% worth. And off the brake. Okay, speed's come down to 40, that's good. We'll get ready on the comms radio. We may need to change some points ahead of us, so that's why I thought it's not good to be going too fast when you roll into town for that reason. Whistle! Whistle with one hand, brake with the other hand. How about that? Okay, I got the comms radio ready just in case. Whoops, let's just quickly release these brakes because it's going to slow down too much otherwise. Okay, what are these points telling us? Let's have a look. So that one is set correct. We want to go off to the right or straight ahead, and then the one beyond that is set to the left. Yep, that's right. Okay, yep, I think we're good. This should be taking us straight into the platforms. So let's just plonk that down there, the comms radio. And over to the right, ladies and gents, if you will have a look out the window, you'll see that you have the engine shed, turntable, and the gas station. Whistle. Level crossing coming up there. I've missed quite a few opportunities for the whistle, I'm sure. There's been a heap of level crossings, probably haven't blown this whistle on. Okay, let's get this comms radio ready again, because I want to go off to the right hand side here. So let's just change those points. We are going a bit fast actually, but it's fine. We're rolling in at a moderate clip. We'll get ready on the brakes because obviously there's a set of end buffers towards the end of these platforms, and you don't want to come crashing into those, that's for sure. And we do have quite a few carriages behind us, so obviously don't want to whistle. Don't want to leave the back of the train hanging out here. So just massaging the brakes. Okay, got the cylinder drains open. There's going to be some moisture in the cylinders, I'm sure. Just keep this thing moving a little bit more. Okay, end buffers coming up. And I can see them approaching, so let's get the brakes on. Okay, I want to leave a healthy gap, obviously. Don't want to get too close. Okay. Right, well, that's it, folks. We've made it to City Southwest. We haven't blown up the train. We haven't died. So that's good. Let's get this handbrake on, just in case. Always better to be safe than sorry. Got a bit of coal still. Got heaps of water. Just going to add a little bit more coal so we don't run out of fire here as we're just standing in the station. Got the got the dampers down way low. We don't need a hot fire right now. Throttle closed. Drains open. Very good. I think we can basically leave the locomotive now. And I'll just take this map with us. We'll just hop out here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. We are here, folks. We've made it, and we've made it to City Southwest. So I think overall we've done a pretty good job today. Thank you for joining me for this trip. I've certainly had a lot of fun driving this this locomotive today, and always nice when there's no mishaps as well. Come from Food Factory, had to climb those hills coming out of Food Factory initially, but it was a mostly level and downhill run after that towards City Southwest. Let me know if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. This was a bit of a milk run today, I will admit. So maybe you want to see me tackle some heavier loads with some more complex engines in the future. I'm just trying to get a feel for the size of this thing. It's absolutely huge. These wheels are just massive. Yeah, okay, so it's used a little bit of oil, as you can see there. But that's fine. There is oil in the lubricator, so that's the main thing. Let's just go ahead and turn this lubricator off, because we're not going to be moving this locomotive again today. So we'll let the fire just continue burning for the moment. I will hop up top, though, and probably turn off this generator. Got our lights just shining bright here, the headlights. Let's climb up. Okay, and off the generator. Should have probably turned off the light switches, headlight switches and whatnot before I did that, but oh well. The lights are off now, and you can see we've used a little bit of water actually in that run, but still got quite a bit of water remaining there, at least 2/3. Okay, let's hop back into the cab here, I think. Actually no, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the handbrakes on here, And I'm just going to do it on this first carriage, so don't worry, I'm not going to walk all the way back to the end of the train. There we go. So we've done our little passenger run today in Derail Valley. But yes, let me know in the comments what you want to see in the future. If you want to see me continue these VR runs, or are they a little bit too much? Are they too nauseating for you guys? Not too sure, guys and girls. Let me know if you enjoyed this, or if you want me to just play in pancake mode again. I really did enjoy playing VR mode. It does take a bit of a toll on the old sensors though, and I am standing up for pretty much the entire time. So I imagine a longer run in VR mode is going to be a lot more taxing for me as well, if not for you all as well. Just going to do a bit of a blowdown here actually, because there's too much water in the boiler, so let's just get rid of some of that. Okay, very good. Yep, so yeah, VR mode is quite a bit more taxing I think on the sensors. So, but I do enjoy it as well. It's definitely a more visceral, more interactive experience using your hands and, you know, grabbing the levers and the wheels and whatnot, and flipping the switches and all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely a lot more to it, and definitely does seem a little bit more realistic running this way. So let me know what you think of this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy this kind of content, share the video as well if you enjoyed this and you think others may enjoy it as well. Really appreciate your viewership if you've watched this far as well. Thank you so much for watching. Here's a thought, maybe I can take that old DM3 locomotive for a run next time in VR mode with all those manual gear levers to kind of adjust there. But yes, I'll catch you all in the next one.